Why does Donald Trump want to screw immigrants?
I don't know. Why?
Because the one he married won't screw him.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Good evening, happy Monday, salutations. Welcome back to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast streaming live on our YouTube channel for all of our Patreon supporters on the day of recording and everyone else the week after. Of course, the audio version of the show is available the same day. My name is Tom and I'm your host, and as always, I'm in the studio with my amazing co-host, starting with the first one.
Hey y'all, Nick or Trish.
And
J-Bear, a.k.a. your boyfriend's boyfriend.
And welcome you all to the show. But before we get started, we do have a special guest with us today, a guest host who's here to just have some fun, talk with the crew here on do a roundtable with us. And that's none other than Hope Chávez. Hope, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing. So we haven't had someone in the studio with us in quite a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
And so it's a challenge for us to sort of kind of get back in the rhythm of starting to have like guests on the show. It's been a very long time. Nick was,
Not doing my job.
she was busy.
Yeah.
And but nonetheless, we're here. We're queer, and thank you for joining us. So hope so that, what we do here, typically before we get into any of the topics that we're going to talk about today, we do a quick roundtable. We sort of kind of talk about our week since the last time we've recorded and sort of kind of set the mood for the rest of the show. And because you're our guest host, we're going to start with you. How are you, Miss Hope?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good.
Good. How was your week?
I came back from Montreal last night. So
How was that?
It was beautiful. Also, we stayed in the neighborhood there. So
Which is awesome.
Nice.
Have you ever been to Montreal?
no, and I'm pissed at everyone at this table, but mostly Nick for never telling me.
I feel like I'm going to be like bashed this entire episode.
Oh, you're right. I got to start with I love Nick so much. He's definitely my lavender husband. If that's ever required by the laws of the land, that will be the situation.
The
But no, it was good.
situationship.
Absolutely.
So you're mad at all of us because we didn't tell you what?
Nobody told me about Montreal.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I'm fucking obsessed with France.
What is
Not
that?
me.
Sorry, it's the computer. Sorry, it's this. There we go. We're done.
Interns.
Already?
Yeah, I'm
Oh
telling you.
my
It's done. It's done.
God.
It's gone.
So early.
So, anyway, so you went to Montreal, and how long were you up there?
We're only there for 4 days, but
That's
it was
enough, though.
Yeah, it was perfect. My partner and I went with another gay couple, so it was like, I don't know. It was my first time actually going as two femme gay couples, and it was. We all decided that's our favorite way to vacation now because we all just take really good care of each other.
Well, that works.
It was just like, it was very spacious. We had mainly food, a little bit of hiking, and a massage that I will never forget.
So there is a staple,
Happy Hour?
obviously in Canada. Did you have poutine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How
But I
was
had
it?
it Mexican style, which I'm not sure is the appropriate way to do it, but
What,
it was
did they have jalapenos?
no, it was like ground beef and some kind of spicy sauce that tasted like habanero peppers to me.
Salsa verde?
and- Yeah. Well, no, it was spicier than that.
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks.
Nice.
They called it their Armageddon sauce.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Armageddon?
I mean, it was not that spicy to me. Also, all weekend, people were telling me that food was going to be really spicy every time I got something that was not just like salt and pepper, and they were wrong.
And it's bland.
Well,
But this poutine was spicy.
So
It was delicious.
how were the Canadians when like you were there as an American?
No, that we stood out that much.
You don't think so?
I mean, I'm sure we stood out, but people were very, very kind, like very generous, very kind. Every time we had a Lyft driver, the Lyft drivers would just talk to us about their favorite things about Montreal. 2 of our Lyft drivers were immigrants to Montreal who had been in the U.S. before, and I was like, good thing you're here. Good job. We crossed the
Nice.
border. No, they were very sweet.
I just keep seeing all these things on social media where they're like, Americans are welcome. We want you to come in here.
Yeah.
Like,
They were very warm.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to go to Canada. So you were in Montreal. Believe it or not, Montreal is like the Frenchy version of the Canadian provinces, right? Because
Yeah.
I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. But Montreal, predominantly, one of the languages that are spoken there is French. Did you get to experience a lot of that? Do you know French?
Oh my God, I don't know French. Okay, so this is funny. So first of all, yes, I knew that French was as much spoken, if not more spoken, than English. But they have two national languages, French and English. So I thought most things, being naive American, would be in English, but people would also be speaking French, like walking down the street. No, all the signs were in French. All the menus were in French. Everything was in French. They would start with French, and then they would hear my voice and be like, what can I get for you? And I was like, thank you. But
She's American.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm not fluent in Spanish either, but if I am not speaking English, that is my brain's default. So there was this moment when we were in a car and somebody said like, thank you or something in French. And my knee-jerk reaction was to speak in Spanish because I don't know. That's just where my brain goes.
It connects.
So he was like confirming the address and I was like, sí. And Nicole, my partner, blasted me for it. She looks at me and she was like, you're so dumb. And I was like, I deserve that. Yeah, I deserve that. And then I went, I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, that's the address.
I feel like we all need to take a trip to Canada now.
Yeah.
Like all four of us, let's just go and well, obviously Nicole's coming.
Obviously.
And just get into we can't get into a lot of trouble because I mean, we can't get arrested. Otherwise we can't cross
Honestly,
the
we'd be fine up there.
Yeah, we can't cross the border.
Oh, border crossings, though, they're such a joke. Having driven into Mexico, driving across the Canadian border, easy peasy. No problem.
Yeah, it's
no.
not too bad.
No, it's not too bad. No. So that's wonderful. So before we move on to the rest of us, talk about our weeks, we don't know much about you. I didn't actually include an intro for you to tell our listeners what you do, why you're sitting here at this table, what contributions you contribute to the LGBTQ plus community. So why don't you introduce a little bit about who you are, what you do for the community so that we are all aware of what you do.
I'm allowed to be as irreverent as I want to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm here because I eat pussy. But I'm also here.
I'm all for that.
You're nasty.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're no by erasure on this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm here because I co-chair the board of the New Haven Pride Center with the beloved Trish. Is that what I'm learning?
That's right.
Yeah. So I co-chair the New Haven Pride Center board there. But I also run the Arts Council of Greater New Haven. And I love where I live. And
That's
I like
awesome.
to serve the community. However, I'm also, like Nick will tell you though that I'm an activist and an organizer, which is not untrue.
What do you mean? It's definitely true.
It's done.
But I also really like to honor the work of those who do that full time. So.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for the work that you do first and foremost, and thank you for coming to sit with us. I hope that you do this more often because you're a hoot, and I love you. You know that. So, and you know, obviously, Nick, look at him. He's over here like, no.
Yeah.
I'm just like worried. I'm like,
Worried.
what's gonna happen?
You never know. We might have a full-fledged, pussy eater on the show
You
going forward.
know?
Oh, I mean,
Hey.
I wouldn't be mad about it.
What do you mean full-fledged? What the fuck?
I mean, you're half.
Fledged.
What am I, an RB sandwich?
No, you're half.
I know.
Half.
Well, she's half too.
Yeah, I am a half dick eater and a half pussy eater. So,
Okay, well, it works.
So I'm a
Perfect.
full dick eater.
Yeah.
We know.
It's been a while. It's been 84 years.
So, Trish, how are you?
I'm fine.
All is well in the land of Oz?
Yeah, nothing to really report.
Okay. So, how are you? How was your past week? We did something this weekend.
Yeah, we got together.
Yeah, we did.
I was supposed to go on a date.
Yeah, what happened?
Didn't happen.
See, nothing to
Again?
report. Right? So,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but he went on a date. Like, hello, this is big.
So
You've worked in theater. Be a storyteller.
wow.
Thank you.
work in
I love you.
Whatever. So I have been using Facebook dating, and I've been talking to a few people. Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently.
You have to be single on Facebook to like have access. I guess.
So you
I
have
don't
to
know.
change your status.
Yeah.
My bad.
Anyway, so I've been talking to this guy, and we're gonna go actually out tomorrow night. But he had to work yesterday. We were supposed to go. He got called into work.
I feel like this is a pattern for you, though.
I know.
Like, what the fuck?
But anyway,
Okay.
I found out some stuff about him, and I'm not sure. I'm like,
So
right.
okay. So,
I'm too tuned in to the gay community in Connecticut.
So here's what I'm gonna say.
thank you. And I think we're probably aligned
Yeah.
here.
I believe nothing of what I hear and half of what I see.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Right. Don't let
You-
someone
but, like,
else like shape
A
your
lot of
opinion of
yeah,
someone you haven't
yes.
even met in
No,
person.
I mean, like,
It's carried me a long way with customers. And
So I'm
and
gonna go on the date. It's fine.
Seriously.
Customers.
Yeah, with
Was that a
customers,
use of
work-
euphemism?
No.
I mean, it could be. It could be.
At work, let me clarify. At work. Also, when I was doing case management, because everybody has their biases about other people.
Right.
But that's their biases.
Okay, so what happened was
Okay.
this individual that I'm going on a date with tomorrow went to a bar that we frequent, or I used to frequent, and ended up in a car with somebody else.
When did this happen?
Like,
10 years ago?
no, last week.
I want to know why.
Okay,
you're
but last
judging-
week you weren't dating.
No, I know, but I just like knowing who they went to the car with is the skeevy part.
That's the part you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
See, do you see what happens when
But
we
also,
push?
if you have these strong feelings, how come you're going on this date?
Because he's super cute.
Okay.
Oh, well then does it fucking matter?
No.
My
Okay,
point,
then.
it's like, only worry about what happens from the point in where you guys meet going forward.
Yeah, no.
Everything else
That's
is,
why I'm
is,
doing it.
is history.
That's why I'm doing it.
It's a
But are you
past.
going in with an openness?
No.
He already has a preconceived notion
Yeah.
of the fact that,
Gay
he went
men.
in, got into a car with a skeevy person. Yeah, but exactly. Gay men. Trash.
Well,
Do
anyway,
not allow your
so-
internalized shit to like work itself out on somebody else, you know?
Yeah, so that's what's going on with me.
I fucking love you.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get canceled after this.
No, you're
Nick is
not.
never
Are you
gonna
kidding
speak to me.
Are you kidding me?
They'll be
Please.
like,
I
and
call you-
replacing
like,
Jay
literally,
this weekend. No.
The other day, we were on a Zoom call together, and she literally called me. She's like, I was about to call you. She's like, I know.
I know.
It's because we're that in sync.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
awesome.
Jaybird, how are you?
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
All is well?
Yes, I just came back from a short, well-deserved trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah. How was that?
Great.
Great. Yeah. It's wonderful. How's
Yeah.
the weather?
It was gorgeous.
Were you outside to experience it?
Yeah. How's the weather? you
Fucking weather.
bastard?
How about them dolphins?
How about the dolphins? Hey, have you heard about the dolphin position?
I don't know, but I've heard about the unicorn.
Of course you've heard about the unicorn.
You've never heard of the dolphin position?
No, tell
Well,
us about it.
it's
Why
a
don't you
hetero thing, that's why you-
educate us?
What is that?
But
It's when you're on doggy style and then you pull out and go into the second hole and they're going, eh, 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 eh.
oh my god.
Let me stop.
Oh my
Right, we see where this is going. No.
Oh, Jaybird.
I'm gonna tell my girlfriend to give that a try. Maybe we gotta be dolphins now.
Dolphins. Let me stop.
I'm going to have to get a dolphin sound mark now, right? So we can be like, every time I
flipper.
hear
Yes,
it now, it's just
yes.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, but yeah, let's get back to this. No. So yeah, it was, my birthday month. It was July 9th. I turned 5'1".
51, the big 5'1".
Old
That's amazing.
Guy, old guy status.
Oh, please. You're like a compass near north.
Yeah.
Still spinning and still going.
Yeah. So I've had a couple of decent weekends. I went camping.
Nice.
The prior weekend with my brother-in-law and a friend of ours. Nice. It was a nice campground up in PA. So it's
You wanna know
clothing
something?
optional.
An observation
Perfect. Yeah.
on my part.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that, PA, Pennsylvania, is such a catalyst for a lot of like very, how would I say, strong religious like groups, right? You have the Amish and blah, blah, blah. Y'all have a lot of like
Yeah,
clothing
that's-
optional, like
yeah, there's,
super
I think,
gay
3 gay
campsites
campsites out
in
there.
Pennsylvania.
Rumspringers, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap. But anyway, go ahead. You
Yeah,
were saying.
but we went camping, so I was invited kind of last minute. I said, oh, why the hell not? Just go and enjoy my weekend. We had a good time. It was so my birthday was Wednesday, and my brother-in-law's birthday was Saturday.
Oh, so
when
that
we
was
were
a
camping.
party.
Yeah, so we went out, just 3 of us, and I mean the people at the campground were amazing, really welcoming.
We keep saying that we need to like go camping, but
Camping,
see,
yeah, but
I need
you
to go.
can't do the
I gotta
camping.
do
Sorry,
glamping.
I need us
Yeah.
to pan to Nick's face.
Yeah,
Nick is a hard
His
pass.
face is-
I need to do
This one with
glamping.
spiders, we'd be hearing screaming all
Oh
weekend.
God, yeah,
Oh.
no, I'm mortified of spiders, and I can't deal.
Yeah.
I kill them in our house.
Yeah. No, this one can't
I
even kill
asked
them.
Nick to actually come here and kill them for me.
Yeah.
He drove from East Haven to West Haven to come kill a spider because I was like, I'm not going in that basement, and you better find it. And when it's dead, I want you
I
to
want to
literally
show me
Like,
proof.
show
see
me
it,
the paper
yeah.
towel where it is squashed, dead, bleeding, the whole 9 yards, guts
Some
out.
crazy shit.
I want to see it.
Call me anytime.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay. I got a new spider
I gotta
killer.
do spider.
You got 2 spider killers.
Yeah, but she takes the bus.
Yeah.
I am the only executive director in New Haven who still takes public transit.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I think that's hot.
It
Thank
is.
you.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
awesome.
And that's
I just
wonderful.
felt bad
That was probably
today
an
because
exaggeration.
it was hot outside and you
I
had to
know.
walk.
Should have told me. I would have gone picked you up.
I got my steps in. I
Yeah.
listened to my book.
She's a
okay.
badass
Maybe
bitch.
got a little
See,
tan. This
you-
sounds like only wins, no
Yeah.
sunk costs.
See,
See?
you got to look at the positive at things.
Such
all the time.
pretentious gay
Yeah.
boys on this show. Like, my God, God
Everybody's really
forbid if
coming
you
for
don't
me
get in a
today.
car with air conditioning.
Sorry, a self-driving car.
Self-driving. Oh boy.
So, Jay, other than that,
yeah,
how
so
does it
then-
feel to be 51?
Not any different than I was 21. I don't know.
Well,
I still underdrink. I still overdrink. Half my nieces and nephews that are half my age.
Well, that's
so,
amazing.
I don't think it's something I should be boasting about, but no.
Yeah, well, it's not something that you should be
Yeah.
unboasting
Yeah.
about, but you know.
Yeah, but
So happy
no,
fucking birthday.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
And then last weekend I went to Puerto Rico. I did a last minute booking. It was like super last minute. and I
Girl,
was like,
you
"The
needed
hell
to
with
get the
it."
fuck out.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's
I
time
needed,
for me to do the same.
Yeah, I needed to just mentally disassociate from everything Connecticut, and
Right.
it was the best thing to do. So I stayed with my friend Louis and his partner, and we had a great time. It
And
was-
you got a new tattoo,
And
which
yeah.
I think we talked
we
about
talked
it.
about
we
this
talked
last
about it
weekend.
last weekend.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I got my tattoo done for my birthday, and shout out to Louis.
Awesome. So
hooked
what's
it up.
what's next? What's next for you on the adventure? You know?
On this adventure train I'm on this
Yeah.
month. I don't know this.
New windows.
Yeah, new windows. Yeah, I'm getting new windows put in the house.
New windows. Are you doing it yourself or
No,
are
no,
you hiring
I'm
someone?
hiring somebody.
What's something like that cost nowadays?
Oh my God.
Well, I was telling Trish earlier.
I
I
literally
had
was like, what?
Yeah, I had Anderson Windows come and give me a quote for 5 windows, and they wanted 17 grand.
Holy shit! It's like, what the fuck?
I had,
I'm happy I did my own windows in here.
yeah. I did all my basement windows. That's why I don't want to do the rest of the house.
Oh,
But-
you know how to do basement windows? Can you
yes.
come do my 3? I need to replace this one, the one over there.
Yeah, those are
then
easy to do.
2, the
Yeah.
3 in the house.
Those are easy to
Yeah,
do.
sure.
But anyways, so I had another company come in. They're actually number 1 at the Better Business Bureau website. I do my homework.
Oh, she was.
What
she
company?
was.
Sorry, are we advertising without sponsorship dollars on
Yeah,
this
Imagine
podcast?
yeah, we
that.
always do.
So-
We
Wow,
always
you
do.
need me on this show
Here's the
for
thing.
business
Here's the thing.
development.
Here's the thing.
That's
We're hiring
Trish's,
you.
that's
Can't
Trish's
get-
job, but she
we,
doesn't
We
do it.
can't get sponsorship on our show.
Right.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But anyhow, the company that I'm going with has better, as compared to Anderson Windows, has better guarantee on their windows. It's guaranteed against wear and tear, accidental breakage, some bitch falling out a
Rosa.
window.
Damn.
No, but it's. Let me stop.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's certain things that
We
have
know.
happened at Casa de J that we
No.
just can't publicly air, so
Off
we had to mute
mic
those.
is
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, the company, the workmanship, windows, everything's guaranteed.
Right.
13 windows in total in the house. It's like 25 grand.
All right.
And the interest is like 9%. You really...
Hello, that's a lot.
That's a lot of money. That's what I said.
it is.
Well,
but-
this was Anderson
Wait,
or the
what-
new
no,
company?
it's the new company.
What's the company?
But listen, there's programs. The state
There
of Connecticut
are,
have programs that will give you like really cheap interest
but
rates.
they don't give me the guarantees and the warranties that this company offers.
But can't you go and apply like for a home renovation type of loan that will give you the money to
The
pay this
interest is
company
higher.
and then pay a lower interest? We need to talk, girl.
yeah,
This is what happens when one host works for an energy company.
So
we
do
both
I.
do.
Fuck.
Yeah, no. It's,
We work for the same company.
Yeah, leverage those deals.
Yeah, but
the
yeah,
rest
no.
of us.
Compared to what I was being offered and I've had several companies come by. This has been the best deal, the best warranty, the best interest. 9% is dirt cheap if you look at it.
Because like when I got my furnace, for that loan, it was 1% interest.
Yeah, but that's through.
That's what I'm saying. If you
So I had one of those companies come out and they couldn't do half the job that they needed to do.
Damn.
Okay, well, I just think that you might be
Yeah.
able to get a better interest rate through other programs or maybe through your own personal bank than you would, and then just
Yeah.
take that money and pay them outright.
No,
Boys,
it's
make
cheaper.
it gayer.
Yeah, no, it's cheaper.
Make it
gayer.
Yeah.
No, but it's cheaper than through my own bank. I've done my homework. Trust me. I've been.
inside my home.
oh, that's not the right video.
What the
Oh
hell?
my God! What are we moaning and,
What are we
and
mo-
running?
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's worth it.
Right.
It's worth
well,
it. It's
good-
an investment, and it's going to increase the value of the house. And workmanship's guaranteed. Windows are guaranteed. It's guaranteed not to fade. And at this point, I just have to bite the bullet and get it done. I've been in the house 13 years.
Yeah, the thing.
And I'm spending over $5,000 a year in heating. So, oh boy.
Ease this precious ache.
What are we doing?
Is this a cultural reference I don't get?
Just to reach you.
Oh, come through my window!
Through my window.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Can't you only do like 30 seconds of that shit before you gotta pay for
Yeah.
it?
It's
Get my
fine.
point.
Melissa Etheridge is like our
Wow.
best
We've
friend.
had her on the show twice.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
We love Melissa.
Do you not like her?
No, for sure. I was thinking like, why don't you know how royalties work?
Oh no, definitely do. He always yells at me, but I
Yeah.
really don't care.
Always. He's
Yeah.
just he's trash.
But anyways, yeah. So that's been my ventures
That's
lately.
amazing.
So,
That's amazing.
you
Well,
know,
well,
just
instead of
home
coming
ownership.
through my window,
The
go
scary
out
shit
my
that
window.
happens, Yeah.
Go out my window. I won't be home soon.
Splattered down way by the side of the road
House.
for the. Anyway. Well, I will keep it brief. All I can say is, I have been playing host for the past like 7 days. I had a friend that came from Puerto Rico. He's been on and off staying here and there, and then we had a little get together on Saturday. I had other people here on Friday, and then like
Today.
and then tonight. So my friend, actually, his flight got canceled twice already. One yesterday, which is
One
why he had
today?
to stay, and
Yeah.
then again today, and now he leaves
Is
tomorrow
it
at 6
short?
in the morning.
Is this short staff?
No, they're having staffing issues.
Yeah.
Apparently, the staff is sick.
See, that's the same when I was
I feel
returning
like
from
Hope is
Puerto
like
Rico.
holding
Yeah.
out. She's got something she
She's
wants
got
to say.
info, yeah.
She
Listen,
knows.
I know. Or I'm making some assumptions. I'm filling in some blanks.
I'm filling some blanks.
Are we talking about a Velo Airlines?
Yes, we are.
AKA Abduction Airlines?
Yes,
Airlines.
yes.
All right, well, you put an activist on the show. I don't know what you were expecting.
Let's
so.
do it.
We want to hear
Well,
you.
today, actually, you can't break the story. Unfortunately, the Indy did already. But
Yeah,
today,
that's all right.
one of Avelo's airplanes that they're using for these quote unquote deportations or abductions was at our local airport. It landed last night, and today it had a flight go out to Nashville, Tennessee. Which it's not, they're not removing people from here with ICE, but one of their ICE flight planes was here at Tweed. And so a bunch of protesters were down at the airport today.
Were you one of them?
I was not, but I was helping with media from afar.
So when I picked you up the last time on Breeze,
Yeah.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Listen, the beef is not with the individuals. There are lots of folks who that is the most affordable thing. And that is like activism should never get in the way of that, right?
Right.
Like boycotting is something that people of a certain means and privilege can do. So there's that.
But we play a role, right, as citizens of this country, and also as advocates for people who we believe should stop being persecuted. We play a role in assisting, airlines like Avelo, in perpetuating this behavior from this government, from this presidency, and it's fucked up.
So I heard, and I really don't want to believe that it's true, but I heard that there were flights. I don't know the name of the plane, but it's one of those planes with the back that opens up, where they were
Cargo planes.
Pretty much, yeah. And they were shackling humans and taking them out to the middle of the ocean to international waters, and then the plane would just come back.
Yeah, I've heard that story too.
And they were saying that, hope to God, they weren't just like pushing these people out of the planes, but that's what happened in Argentina.
Yes.
And I'm like, if we are literally copying a dictator from Argentina and doing something like that, not only is that unhumane and disgusting, but like, I can't even the land of the fucking free. I can't even fathom that.
Right.
Well, what we do know is that Avelo has flown to places like El Salvador and places to remove people to places that are not their country of origin, right? Which is why we often squabble about the use of the word deportation, because it's only a deportation if you're going back to where you quote unquote came from.
Right.
It's kind of wild. Yeah. 5-point shackles, and their flight attendants are not allowed to like ask them if they need anything, serve them water. That doesn't allow them actual evacuation procedures because they're in 5-point shackles, so they can't actually get out in the amount of time that is normal for like a commercial flight.
Right.
So it's wild.
So if something were to happen, like, for example, what happened on this airline that we're seeing videos pop up where people are actually jumping off the slide with their fucking luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just have to go in their shackles, and you have to.
That is insane.
And hopefully it's not in the water.
It's
That's basically what it comes down to.
Well, the
sad.
plane today was part of how folks got word in advance that it was happening is the plane is painted white. It doesn't look like any of the other Avelo planes. So they're trying to like mask it and make it unmarked and unbranded and so forth. So they're just trying to like fly under the radar. And I'm like, well, you tried to say it wasn't going to affect New Haven, these flights, but now you're trying to use the same planes, bro.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's pretty crazy. And,
Yeah, actually,
it's
on my
heartbreaking.
on my flight back, I got an email that there was a 40-minute delay because of sick staff.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
And I didn't see it till I got to the airport, and it actually left 20 minutes early.
here's my thing. Like,
So
That's
some
right.
people got left.
at some point, like, when it comes to accountability, like, these people can't say, hey, I was just doing what I was told.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, like,
Right.
that's not an excuse.
Right. It's not an excuse, but the problem is they're not doing anything illegal. It is within the purview of the federal government to allow private companies like Avelo.
Well, I'm talking about the other planes, the planes that the like conspiracy
Oh,
of this,
the
like,
cargo planes?
Yeah, like at some point, like you know what the fuck you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
Right. But when you think about, for example, who
I would
their commander in
literally-
chief are or is, they're not doing anything that they're not being told to do, and that's the sad part.
Yeah.
You know, and
In today's
that is-
economy,
right.
work kind of puts people in precarious.
Yeah.
Which is why
know?
we need more competition. So if Breeze is listening,
Breeze.
motherfuckers, step up. Take over Tweed, please.
yeah.
They should. They should. But yeah, it's sad. It's sad. But yeah, low key weekend for me. It's
Wasn't that exciting?
Full circle. Full circle.
just me grilling, feeding. My nephews came over today. I got to meet my great niece today for the first time. It took me 5 hours to get a hug from her. I kept asking her, "Is
She
it
is-
time?" And she was like, "No."
Definitely a diva.
She's 3.
Listen,
she's definitely
consent
your
forward is
blood.
beautiful.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
So
I'm like,
beautiful.
"Is it time?" She's like, "No." And then at the end, I said, "If you don't give me a hug, you're not going with mommy and daddy today. You have to give me a hug."
Consent to a point. I love it.
Yeah, she gave me that hug. So, yeah, but you know.
She was a
So
sweetheart.
I just got a text from Mama Kim.
Oh,
By the way,
it is
her birthday.
birthday. So,
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mama
birthday.
Kim.
So-
Happy birthday.
let's do it real quick. Ready? 1,
not
2,
gonna
3.
sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mama Kim. Happy birthday to you. I love it. I love it. You know,
Our new guest.
Hope here in the studio.
Yeah.
Mama Kim has been with us since very early on. She sends us a lot of different gifts. We got Pee-wee from her. She made us these custom hand-sewn pride flags way back in the day.
She sent me a bi flag from my keychain.
She sent us the gay penguins up there.
Gay penguins.
Oh, the frames.
Everything. I mean,
Yeah,
literally,
she
she's
sends us stuff all the time.
postcards all the time. We've got custom like little frames and stuff. If you look at the frames over there, she sent us bi flags, gay flags. She is. We love her so much. She is our unofficial but official mother, and she
And
has.
Cor-
Where is she in
Correspondent.
Connecticut?
No,
No, she's in California.
Wow, thank you.
yeah,
for
she's
my
awesome.
friend.
She's
Yeah.
awesome.
So it's a long story on how Mama Kim got connected to the show. We'll tell you when we're off the air, but she's amazing. So happiest of birthdays to you.
Yes.
Much love. Sending you a lot of kisses. And I think
And thanks. I like my shirt too. I got it in Hawaii.
You gotta-
it's wonderful. So I think that because today's unusual, we do have an in-house guest host. We're definitely going to take a break.
Okay.
Right, we're going to do that. So we'll. All right, ladies and gents, welcome back from the break. Thank you so much for allowing us to do that. We needed time to actually get our cocktails refreshed and do all of that good stuff. But we are back. We have the dish part of the show, and I'm going to toss it over to Trish because Trish, you have a question for our guest host today. So why don't you kick it off?
So this lovely, lovely lady in here that doesn't claim that she's a, activist is actually very much an activist and has done a lot for the New Haven community and communities outside of New Haven. But because we have this amazing opportunity, I wanted to take a moment to kind of go through knowing your rights when it comes to ICE.
Hell yeah.
And I know that you specifically, I know we're a gay show and we're talking about immigration right now, but
Did you know there's gay immigrants?
there are gay immigrants. And who knows if we're going to be under attack soon. So
Right.
I
That's
wanted
right.
to talk a little bit about, your experience with activism around knowing your rights and just how to move forward when you confront situations with ICE.
That's right. Well, we're seeing a lot more happen in New Haven. So now that the Department of Homeland Security has this unprecedented $45 billion budget, making it the most funded department of our government, we know that we're going to see even more attention, especially on sanctuary cities like New Haven. So there's some basics, right? If you are an immigrant yourself, even if you have your green card, even if you've got your citizenship or your permanent residency, we always encourage folks to know their rights. Things like you don't have to talk. You have a right to remain silent. So someone comes up to you, they're asking you a bunch of questions. What you are supposed to do is confirm your identity, right? If they ask you for a card, whatever you've got with you, you can show that.
But do you have to give it to them?
You don't have to give it to them. You don't have to hand shit over. You should answer the baseline questions, who are you? What are you doing here? But for the rest of it, you can just leave that alone. You can just say, I'm sorry, what is the nature? Can I go? You can ask people all the time. You can ask an officer, say, am I free to go? Am I free to go? You don't have to talk. You don't have to in your private residence. This is really important. So we're encouraging folks, and the New Haven Immigrants Coalition has actually been raising money to get people Ring cameras and things like that to remind them you don't have to open your doors. And in fact, you shouldn't. In the event that someone comes to your door, what we do know is that ICE will lie. So they'll say things like, hey, your car's been in an accident out front. Someone hit your car. We need to ask you some questions. You can do all that through the door, baby. You can do all that through the door. You can slide things under the door. You can push things out the window if they're asking for something. Oh, here's the whatever. If you open your door, now they are welcome to come in and they're welcome to do whatever they want. Same thing goes for small businesses, private businesses. Working in the arts, I talk a lot about this with arts organizations. Even if you're a place that has public spaces like a lobby or other outdoor spaces, yes, ICE is allowed to free roam and they're going to do whatever they're going to do. But they have to have a warrant to come into your house, to come into your offices, to come into a place that's not open to the public, like a place that you have to have a ticket for, anything like that. So enforce that.
I've been hearing a lot that they have been showing up with falsified warrants. How can you tell a falsified warrant versus a real warrant?
So a lot of immigrant organizations, wherever you are, in New Haven, if you're in New Haven, you should look at the New Haven Immigrants Coalition Instagram. But if you're in other places of the country, I would say look at the National Immigration Law Center, things like that. They will show you images of different kinds of warrants. But at baseline, you want to look and see if a judge has signed it. That'll usually be at the bottom of the document. So has a judge signed it or is that line empty? The other thing is you should look and see if the name or the business is actually on that warrant. A lot of times they'll just flash a paper in front of you and it's got somebody else's name on it or some other business on it. And it might be signed, but it's not a warrant that's applicable to you. So double check all that stuff.
And again, this particular warrant is something that can be slid under the door. You don't have to open your door to actually receive this warrant.
That's right. Can you slide that under the door? Can you pass that through here? Can you? Yep. That's right. Show it to me in the window.
Yep.
Put it up to the window pane. That's right. You should always do that. And the other thing I would say is that if you're in a situation where, you can't stop the force of law enforcement, the other things you can do are also really important, especially if you're not an immigrant, but you're someone who's an ally in this work. You should be recording as much as you can. Record things, record the people in the situation if they're being detained or arrested or anything like that. Make sure you ask people, what's your name? Who should I call for you? They can say those things out loud to you. That way you can get in touch with their family. You can activate some other activist network or local lawyers, right? If you can record and capture as much as possible what's happening, badge numbers, names of officers, things like that, the car they're going in, if there's usually some kind of license plate or decal on the car to some extent, that's really, really helpful. So we've gotten calls at the New Haven Immigrants Coalition rapid response line before where someone's like, I saw a thing happen. But it's hard for us if you didn't have a recording. It's already done. We can't even send people to you.
Right.
But if there's a recording and you said, hey, I got their, say, hey, go send them to the courthouse now. Go and help your client. Things like
That's
that.
interesting. So, okay. I'm a U.S. citizen. I born, raised here. I'm recording an event of someone being detained.
Yep.
And they say, hey, my name is, I'm using this just as an example, Maritza
Bassett.
Rivas Ortiz. And, how extensive is then the research by just the name? Like, how do you mobilize to a point where you're actually able to now start narrowing down based on those three pieces of information to actually find the data that you need to help them?
Yeah. There's a lot of context clues, right? So if you've recorded, we had this happen. If you've recorded someone who's, let's say, dropping their kid off at school and now they've been taken from their car. We have a lot of pieces of information. You have a kid that goes to school here.
Right.
So there's a network there. We say this name to some teachers at that school, some principals at that school. They know who that person is. Now we can tap into their family network. Now we can see if they've had a lawyer.
Such as yours to assist and help?
Absolutely not. But I will say in New Haven, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
We're very lucky. The teachers' unions have been a huge part of our network and our coalition building. And so they've been very helpful to us. So, if there's things like that, if there's any kind of context clues we've got to go off of, it would be great if you can ask the additional question of, is there someone we should call for you? And then they'll give you another name, right? And we can help mobilize around that.
So
That's actually a really good point, though. I just want to, if you are working for a company and somebody shows up and they don't have a warrant, what can they do and what can they actually ask for?
So this is my favorite. As a boss myself and a manager myself, I'm often trying to train other managers in this. So if I work at an office building where we actually don't have places of public entry. So it's a little bit different. But let's say for the sake of the hypothetical that my lobby is a public space, anyone can come and go inside of it. Someone comes in with a warrant. Well, we've done a couple of things in our building. First of all, we have signs in the elevators that say private property. And the reason for that, and we made sure everyone knew in the building when we put those signs up, it's so that we can deny someone who's law enforcement entry into the elevator. Our elevator has key card access, so we can say, who are you coming to visit? And if we have any suspicions, if we think they're law enforcement or if they're explicitly law enforcement, do you have a warrant? You have to have a warrant actually to get on this elevator. But let's say they come into your place of work, you're at a restaurant, right? You're a manager at a restaurant and they're saying, hey, I'm looking for Maritza. Does she work here? Can I speak with her? You can ask a lot of questions to delay this process as much as possible. And in a best case scenario, as a manager, you say to someone, Maritza or someone else, you say to them, hey, why don't you go back in the office? I have a question for you. Why don't you go meet me in the back office? That is now fully private property. So you've now sequestered them in a space where this person has to show you a warrant in order to get there. They're off the floor. They're off the retail retail space, they're out of the restaurant main area, the public entry space. You've pushed them back. Now you can enforce. And if they do have a warrant, yes, they can come in. They can take that person. But again, you as an allied manager have a lot of systems of support. I assume you have some kind of documentation about who their relatives are and who their emergency contacts are, things like that.
However, they can, correct me if I'm wrong, without a warrant, ask for the business to provide I-9s.
That's a great question. I don't actually know the answer to that. We have not had a situation where we have ever been advised by any legal counsel to provide employee information, including even confirming that someone works there.
Interesting.
We've often said, I'm sorry, it sounds like you're going to have to get in touch with them.
So-
Would you like me to take your number? That's a nice de-escalating tactic. Can I get your contact information so we can follow up with you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
follow-up.
So now you're in a place of someone's employment who could potentially or may or may not be someone who's undocumented here, right? And now you go through that process of asking all the right questions. They present you with a warrant. They take this person. What next? What does this person have that can work on their side? What rights do they have once they're taken to potentially get themselves out of such a situation?
Yeah, so this is why documenting is so important, because lawyers can only do the best work when they have evidence. So if there's any evidence of an officer in this situation not following the exact right protocol, that continues to slow down anything with deportation, right? So if you've gotten badge numbers, if you wrote down as a manager, hey, actually they tried to barge through the door before they showed me the warrant, that's something that a lawyer can show to a judge and say, hey, this guy didn't get all his paperwork right. If you're in New Haven, though, or in the greater New Haven area, you should call our rapid response line immediately.
What is that number, please?
That is 854-666-4472. So you call that number.
854-666-4472.
4472. Yep.
Okay.
It's 24/7. We've got folks we always have bilingual Spanish and English. We also are adding more language services because we have certainly a lot of immigrants from non-Spanish speaking countries in our region.
So what happens? Okay, now I dial this rapid response number. How quick can someone mobilize, and how effective is the mobilization and calling this number when someone?
Well, let's just say Hope is on the other line. So,
I am not actually a dispatcher. We have a lot of roles.
but you've
Yes.
helped out.
Yes. So the dispatcher is going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to try and get as much information as possible. They also have access to a very secure group where they can literally mobilize at any given moment. I would say about 10 people, but the group itself is obviously much larger. So sometimes it's about sending someone to verify something that's happening in real time. You can call this rapid response line if you're at home and you're like, somebody's knocking on my door and it feels suspicious. I'm not sure it's ICE, but it feels weird. Can you stay on the line with me? And while you're on the line with the dispatcher, that dispatcher is contacting other people to send people who can document, who can ask questions, who can de-escalate with you, right? Who can potentially remove you from the situation. But we had a situation happen where, the removal already occurred, and that was what it was. But we were called immediately after ICE took someone. We were able to remove other family members who were at risk and put them into a safe house, into a location where they were taken care of as long as they needed to be taken care of. There were people who did things like pet care, right? Those are questions dispatchers will ask you. You have pets, you have kids, you've got a disability, you've got medication we need to get for you. All those things, right? So able to take care of that. And then we have access, certainly in our network, to lawyers and advocates and people within the court systems and people within all these other systems of power, right? And thank God, in one scenario, we were actually able to get someone post bond for them, very similar to a bail process, but a little different. So we were able to post bond for them and return them back to Connecticut.
So when we talk about due process, I feel like we're seeing around the country that it's not happening.
Yeah.
So how do we deal with something like that when somebody's taken and we're facing, a situation where they may not actually get due process, and you have no, power to step in and say, hey, like this person needs to stay here. They're a legal citizen, whatever it is. Like what do we do in that circumstance?
We do the best that we can. Right. So sometimes that looks like, using networks like ours in whatever community you're in. Because I guarantee you these kinds of coalitions and networks of support exist all over this country. I mean, they are being so activated. Just go to TikTok and Instagram and you'll find them if you're looking for them. So they will do everything they can to activate local politicians, right? Your mayors, go all the way up to your senators, your representatives. Those people can often lobby on your behalf. That's a big part of how Kilmar Abrego Garcia was brought back, because they had representatives who were like, we care about this individual. We're going to fly down there, draw attention, bring media to it, show the injustice of this. Right. I'm not saying he's still getting due process, but he has been returned at least because of pressure.
Yes.
So we want to keep pressure like that going. So if something, the worst case scenario happens, someone's removed, they're not even removed to their country of origin, then we escalate up the ladder and we keep that attention on. We keep that pressure on.
That is the most disturbing thing, out of all of this is like, you have all of these individuals that were sequestered in the early onset of all of these, deportations. They were being sent to a country with concentration camps and where individuals were treated horrendously to the point where it's like it's inhumane treatment.
Auschwitz was not in Germany.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Auschwitz was in Poland.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, for me, like the notion that here we are, right? When we think about, the Second World War and Hitler and all of this happened in the 1940s. I would probably say another, 15, 20 years away from the 100th anniversary of something like this happening. And history is repeating itself in full-fledged. Yeah, here in the US of A, one of the countries that actually fought against Hitler.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, our current Auschwitz is what? Alligator Alcatraz.
Yes.
It really is, yep.
You have to, call it where it is.
That's right.
That is insane.
Yeah. I mean, look at all the children that have been taken prior to all this nonsense.
Yep.
And the majority of them have disappeared or can't be traced or have not been reconnected with their families.
Yes.
And
some of this stuff was during his first term in office, right? Where families were being separated.
Absolutely.
And,
the other day I was actually talking to Hope, and she was telling me about how parents are actually fearing kids that are going to camp, they're not showing up.
Yep.
Kids that were going to school, they're not showing up. And the reason they're not showing up is because they're afraid their kid is going to get taken.
Which happened. So the New Haven Independent broke the story today about a Wilbur Cross student. So that's a high school student here in New Haven who was taken in his normal activity of participating as a student in student activities. And so it's the point, to be very clear, the point is to create this feeling that it's so much bigger than you. It is impossible for you to do anything about.
Awareness, absolutely.
And to traumatize you into freeze mode, which is very valid. But my constant encouragement to people is
make noise.
Make noise. Find little places of joy. Listen to this podcast. Find your friends. Have the cookout. Do the things that continue to fuel that part of you that feels human. Because the more you freeze, the more you numb. And the more normalized this becomes, and the easier it is to turn your eye away from it. So
absolutely,
this is horrific that we've had high school. This is the second high school student that I know of in the New Haven.
I read the story today, and it's pretty tragic because a lot of the people that are coming out and speaking in regards to this particular student are saying this person was an individual, came from South America. Yep. Or I believe it was Central or South. I'm not sure. But either way, he came here and he was, enrolled, learning how to speak English, but not only helping himself, but also helping others. And he was very giving and very selfless, right? And to have something like this happen to an individual, it shouldn't be happening to anyone, really. I mean, when we all think about it, we're all fucking living on stolen land.
Yeah.
Every single one of us.
No one is illegal
on stolen
land.
And the notion,
say that every episode.
And the notion that a country, that a nation that was built of immigrants
on the back of
slaves
and immigrants,
It's taking
And
this
stolen
this
land.
stance, right?
Yeah.
This very at this very moment, at this very pivotal point in our history is alarming and disturbing, and anyone who thinks otherwise really needs to think about what they're supporting
And what their
right?
values are.
Right?
Well, and just remember, like, so coalitions like ours actually cannot sustain themselves if all we have are the people like me who are the strategists, the relationship, like the big picture people. That is not sustainable. I have also a very big full-time job to do. What we need is people who have and bring their various expertise. If your thing is making delicious food, girl, we need cookouts because what we need is to recruit more people. So we need you to bring your delicious food to the party so
Right.
we can recruit more neighbors and community members. If you're like, you know what, I've got a few hours a week where I can do court watch and I can stand downtown at the court and just watch and see because ICE is taking people at their normal court
Hearings, yeah,
appointments.
Which is crazy, right?
Insane.
These people are actually trying to
Yes.
follow the process.
Yes.
And even in that stage of their evolution, in that stage of the process, they're being
If this was about doing it the right way,
then
you wouldn't take people at the courthouse.
right.
So two things. I love the fact that you're talking about like building community and bringing more people in to like help this, because last week we were talking about how it takes a village, not
Yep.
and it was born out of a place of like when you have a child, you can't do it alone. It
That's
takes
right.
a village, right? But also I feel like that specific concept is completely relatable to this situation.
Yep.
But on top of that, like when you find yourselves in a situation, so I'm a bystander. I'm standing next to somebody who is
Yep.
potentially being taken by ICE.
Yep.
What can I do? Is it just document?
Yeah. So if you feel like, especially if you feel like you don't have enough information, you don't actually want to escalate the situation and put that person at more risk, right? So you want to document it. You want to call that hotline first and be like, this is happening at this location. Send people now. Then you want to start documenting it. And you want to ask those questions. You want to make sure you capture things like the car, the badge, the name. You want to ask, who are you? Where you go? Where are you taking them? What's going on here? Okay. If you feel the person doesn't know their rights, you could say things like, hey, just so you know, you got the right to remain silent. You don't actually have to give them anything.
Don't give them any info.
So
Yeah.
just to confirm, so this rapid response line 854-666-4472 is for the immediate New Haven area.
Yeah, Greater New Haven.
Do we have any network where individuals can actually go to and find out what resources they have locally in their area? Is there like a national line for individuals to be able to do that?
That is such a good question. There are some places that I unfortunately don't know off the top of my head, but I will send it to you for show notes.
Definitely.
Where people have created. What I will caution folks on is there are a few national hotlines that are useful. Be mindful of things like there have been some apps developed to report ICE anywhere. Just be
Yes.
mindful that people are using that to like spam it on purpose to
Right.
cite ICE things that are not real to
Yes.
create a feeling of panic. I mean, we know that there are plenty of MAGA folks also dressing in fake ICE uniforms.
Also,
and putting,
what the fuck is with the face masks?
Yeah.
Like seriously?
Yeah. It's accountability. They want to avoid accountability.
If you're ashamed of the work you're doing, you should
Don't do
not
it.
be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. There are literally groups of people out here who are happy to help you say, I dissent, I'm leaving, and create economic support systems for you, mutual aid support systems for you to leave the oppressive regime. It is not cool if you're just trying to avoid it, but you also think it's fine to do that work.
Right. It's disgusting. But anyway, so the last thing we want to do is direct people to anything other than a legitimate resource, right, that we can utilize to network and make sure that the people that can be mobilized
That's right.
get mobilized. And so what we can do is make sure that at the end of the show, when we do close and we're ready to do all the show notes, like our dear Hope Chávez has said, we'll include that information and we'll share it on our Facebook pages, on our Instagram. You had a very, interesting,
Yeah, we have some graphics and nice little one sheets for
we
know your
wanna
rights.
make sure that, we want to make sure that we share that as well. I wish we knew that this was, the topic that we were going to go into today, because we could have shared all of this right on this video, but I quickly did a quick graphic on the bottom here.
You did great.
That's
For
my
a phone
bad.
number.
That's my bad.
No, it's
No,
okay, you know, and
okay.
this is what we do, right? It's like we fly
On
off
a
the cuff,
whim, we're
talking-
speaking cursive
and you know,
and giving information as we get it.
yeah.
I wanna loop back and just ask one more question to beautiful Hope over there.
Of course. Because Trish always has one more question.
I always do. So, Hope, you
Yes.
have an interesting background, and you
Oh.
don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But how did you get into this work?
Wait, now I feel like you're fishing for a particular story, and I'm not sure which one.
They're shiny, they're happy, they're people.
Oh, they're shiny, they're happy, they're people. Okay, yeah, fair. So I have a Mexican father, I have a white mother. So I live in a lot of intersections, right? So I live in the liminal space of being a person with this skin privilege, and also sometimes people see my name and they make certain assumptions about me. I also,
Chavez, yeah.
yeah, I'm also very like, I don't know how to do labels. I say queer, but what I mean is like dick eating and pussy eating.
Which is great.
And so I live in that liminal space. And then also I grew up in the South. I grew up in Texas in a
That's
pseudo
harsh, girl.
Part of
cult
Texas.
or a cult, North Texas, suburbs of Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And there is a documentary called Shiny Happy People that's about the specific, it's a docuseries on Amazon about this very specific evangelical cult environment I grew up in. And they just came out last week.
So that whole
The
area, by
sequel.
the way, from Dallas to Denton, the whole middle,
Yeah.
was like Drake County. You couldn't even drink without a freaking permit, and you had to
Yeah.
pay for that permit.
Yeah, it wasn't quite like that when I grew up. There were dry Sundays. You couldn't buy alcohol on Sundays from stores. Yeah.
Oh, it's like Connecticut.
Wait. How,
Very
how,
much
how old
like
are
it.
you? I'm sorry.
Do I have to say?
You don't
You
have
don't
to.
ask a lady
You
that
can get-
question.
Give me a
Yeah,
decade.
never.
Just give me a decade.
I'm in my 30s.
Okay,
Oh,
which is great.
she's a baby.
Because the reason why I asked this, because if you're saying it's no longer that way, I worked for a company,
Yep.
Sally Beauty Company.
Oh my God, yeah.
And so they're based out of Denton, Texas. I was in Texas often.
Oh, you guys knew each other.
We imagine that. So
But
that's what I did in my prior iteration of like. So I was in Denton, Texas often, and that drive from Dallas to Denton was, oh my God, it's like I can't
Yeah.
get a drink at this restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, you can, but you have to pay like $6.99 for this license, which certifies that. I'm like, what is it certifying? That I can drink?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have at
that's
every
crazy.
restaurant. So you don't pay for this license and then take it with you.
Yeah, you
to the
gotta
next
pay it at every
restaurant.
fucking restaurant.
Yep.
Fucking
That's
disgusting.
insane.
Yeah, it was Dry County all the way up from like once
So
you
they're
left Dallas.
deterring you from drinking.
Welcome to Texas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is
but so
weird.
it's no longer that way.
It's not. No. But it is, there's certainly plenty of rules.
Do we know?
Well, my parents are always trying to get me to move back. And I'm like, when I stop losing rights every time I cross into Texas, I will consider it.
Consider it.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a
The other
woman, I
thing-
just continue losing
Oh, wow.
rights.
Yeah,
So
no.
your parents are still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
So
wow.
the reason I wanted to like dive into that a little bit was
Mm-hmm.
because the definition really of a cult is, you know, a relatively small group of people or
Yes.
or
Well,
generally
not
it could
small
grow,
all the time. Yeah.
that is literally under the influence of one individual's beliefs and believes in this one individual, right? So the reason I bring that up is coming from a cult,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term, right? Coming from that type of situation, becoming who you are,
Yeah.
like that journey to me, still, I'm blown away by you, like all the time.
Same, girl, same. And not blown away because I don't know this history, and I feel like we're about to be like, you know, enlightened in ways that are beyond our comprehension. But you know, overall, I'm just so thankful because you know there are some people that support causes or ideologies financially, right? There's other people that you know are word warriors. You go on social media and you make noise and do whatever. You are out there in people's faces and you are doing the work, the toughest of this kind of work, right? And I'm
I think,
thankful
yeah.
for people like you because not all of us can do this.
Yeah, I think Parker Cunningham is one of those people.
Oh yes, yeah.
He's always posting stuff. I'm always liking his stuff, and I know that there's still struggles in other states that that we kind of take for
Right.
granted here.
Right. If you're not aware who Parker Cunningham is, Parker Cunningham, his mom, was one of the first individuals who started the Hope Free Mom Hugs thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And we had her on the show. We talked about her religious journey, her journey to accepting her son, her journey to saying fuck you to her religion for making me feel this way that I have to
cried.
like. We all cried.
Yeah.
Right. That I have to fight my religion to love my son. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And, you know, amazing work. Right. But anyway,
That's so true.
we're talking about you.
Oh, listen, it takes all roads to justice, right? We need all of it, right? We need
Every
people who
single
write.
piece.
I call people who write checks to help with things like bond funds. So we need that.
Right.
We also need people who write the stories. Our journalism partners are incredible. The folks at the New Haven Independent and the Register and the Arts Paper, they keep these stories out there so we don't lose sight of who is suffering, right? And then we need folks who are boots on the ground. We need every piece of it. But yes, I don't know exactly. I'm still trying to understand what because I got out of it, and then I also psychologically got out of think of my hypervigilance as a thing that was not a weakness, but that I had to kind of explain, oh, I'm sorry that I'm so hypervigilant. I'm sorry. Like I maybe shouldn't be so sensitive to power dynamics. And now I'm like, wait, it's to not take care of people, but it actually is a superpower that I can see things before a lot of other people can see them.
Yeah.
That I think that's part of the taking your struggles
Yeah.
personally, your experiences, and then just applying it to your. And I have to say, I've done social services for many years.
Yeah. That's the boots on the ground.
Yeah, boots on the ground, and you don't know people's struggles till you're in the front line. You know, and I think, but even when I get, you know, individuals call in to my job and they're like, I'm person
Yeah.
in understanding people's struggles and being able to work with them.
Yeah.
Than any other people that haven't done that type of work.
Yeah.
When I first started, one of my first clients was a 18-year-old Puerto Rican child who came out as gay to his parents, and he was disowned. And in order to so he could pay his rent and pay his bills, and the kid ended up being HIV positive. Unfortunately, because some individuals have, you know, not to take away from the whole
No, I think
process, but I think it helps you.
with people who do not what you do at different positionalities and vice versa. If you're at the roots and you don't understand the challenges that the people see
Absolutely,
and involve power dynamics you don't feel familiar with, you should always find yourself, because that will sharpen whatever you're.
Instagram and TikTok, these two is at the end of the day, sometimes you need to be as professional with the CEO as you are with the janitor.
Yep. Amen.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
it-
I mean?
but in all of
And
that-
it gets you. It gets
Doesn't
you.
matter your strata.
I want to call it comprehensive empathy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But in all of that,
I
like,
like
that.
that, right? Comprehensive empathy.
Go ahead, Trish.
TM.
but you know, the most important thing we need to the one thing you should always do is ask those questions.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Right. Never stop advocating for yourself. Never stop asking questions when you don't understand what. Oh, that's all it takes for someone to understand and get down to the level where they need to be to help you get to where you need to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
You're welcome anytime you want. Absolutely.
So Hope and I, like I've been on the board prior to Hope. When I met Hope and we got to know each other, and we're still going through a lot of shit. And at one moment, they basically said, "Hey, well, will you be president of the board?" And I said, "Not by myself." Every time I walk into a space with her, I'm like, I'm not good enough. Like, this bitch.
Has actually taught me how to like what? And he'll talk to me like, well, it sounds like they're thinking, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds human and normal, and I didn't see it that way. And we sharpen each other in the best way. It's my favorite.
I think that's exactly what's happening. You're taking each, if we want to call it that, on your strengths and using each other's strengths to, and the difficulty that is through hell. and back.
Yes.
Not only
we're
not,
doing-
not and I'm not
We're
talking
doing
about the
so
Pride
much
Center.
better, but yes.
I'm not talking about the Pride Center in general, just a community, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about a community, we're trying to support. And,
Yep.
and so navigating those crazy, dismantle every little thing that we have fought for.
Yep.
Years.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that you have two strong individuals that work off each other to really be able to navigate all the eccentricities.
We have an election. And within 48 hours, I am at a table with the executive director at the time, a bunch of community activists, a bunch of elected officials. And I'm like, all right, we all came together specifically to firewall for the LGBTQ community, going, okay, we have until January 19th. So we need to look at all of the current laws in New Haven and Connecticut, see where we currently have protections. What do we need to beef up by January 19th? What do we need to codify to protect our community from whatever the fuck is coming next? We combed through Project 2025 together. So while I'm doing that, I'm like, Nick, I'm trying to do some hard things over here. Can you do hard things over there? And Nick is over there working with JC, the executive director at the time, and focusing on fundraising, leading board meetings when I'm emotionally too exhausted to even think about that, is trusting that I have a handle on this so that he can have a handle on that.
Right.
Absolutely.
And working together. I mean, I think that's how we're going to get through this.
It takes a village.
That's
It
right.
takes a village. You can never do the fight on your own. Growing up as a child in New York City.
Hope
You
and I
know?
will run New
Yeah.
Haven at some point.
Yeah, at
some
some point.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah,
like
you have to,
co-mayors.
yeah.
That would be amazing.
But you know,
Imagine
Oh,
that.
mayors. I can't.
No, we do. We complement each other very well.
No, but
yeah,
that's
you do,
good.
you guys
she,
do.
She definitely checks me.
And I
As she
I love
should.
the fact that
You.
she checks.
She needs
I
to be
love the
checked.
fact that she checks you. Honestly, because she knows you a lot better than I do. Even
I
though
can always tell
we've
in a
been doing
meeting
this
too.
over,
I could see it in
over
her
2
face.
years. Yeah.
I'm speaking. She's like,
No.
yes, and, or that's right,
But
no.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
amazing.
I love her. And you have to come here more often.
Please.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah, you
I'm so
should.
flattered.
Absolutely.
You should.
I'm so
No, it's
grateful.
amazing.
You know, it's great energy. It's great energy, and it's always great. Like when I came in with you guys, I just
He was
came in
quiet.
to sit
He
down.
was quiet.
I was super quiet, but that's just my insecurities growing up.
Yeah.
Especially as a bi man.
Yep.
And we still make
You
fun
know,
of him all the
And
time.
all the time, and even today, I have to tell you guys, even today, I was going through my 1,000 feeds, and somebody was talking about bisexuality and how bisexual men are just gay men that want to be gay but don't want to really admit to it, right?
Idiocy.
Yeah, and and I thought about it, and I was ready to send a message. I was like, "You're wrong, fuck you," and I was like, you know what? Let me
But
not.
what was it?
Let me not reply to that.
Right. Don't give those people space.
No,
And
you
time
can't.
to-
And even
I mean,
though
they
it's-
must be addressed. Don't get me wrong. Like somebody needs
it will
to let
be
them know.
addressed, and I eventually will, because there are within our community, but it's something that I deal with frequently.
Right.
So when you have individuals, even within the LGBTQ community, that still question bisexuality,
yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Right.
You don't question trans. You don't
gender
question
fluidity.
gender fluidity. You don't
Demi.
pansexualities or demisexuality. Why is bisexuality always questioned?
They're just jealous. You get the best of both worlds.
Well,
that's
the
why.
That's
thing. Well,
You
honestly,
can kiss
that's-
all the fishes in the sea.
yeah, as we're told, we're just
Every
greedy.
single fish, every
Yeah, we're just
octopus, and
greedy.
every dolphin, baby.
You know, and honestly, Jay, to be quite frank, I think part of that has to do with our community, and I was guilty of this myself. When I first came out, I said I'm bi.
Yeah, I think that's just
And I think
a doorway for people to
Feel
eventually
safe, like, okay, I'm gonna say this is my halfway.
Yes,
I'm gonna,
absolutely.
I'm gonna say that I'm bi, and I'm going to give these heterosexual cisgender people the
Yeah.
idea that, like,
He's just curious,
right,
Yeah,
and then I come out as gay,
Yeah.
and so they get it in their head, not only in our community but in the cisgender community, that, oh well, no, they haven't reached the next step yet.
yeah,
Yep.
Right.
And I honestly, I think that's partially our community's fault.
absolutely,
Right.
Absolutely.
I think,
have
listen,
to agree
we
with that.
we have a lot of work to do in our community as far as taking all the subgroups that we have and really truly finding a way to understand what makes us different, but what unites us as a group more than anything. Because the one thing that this administration and people that think in this ideology want us to do is to fight amongst ourselves.
Absolutely.
And the more that we focus
Divide and conquer.
on the little things that divide us,
Yeah.
we'll never get to the point of being able to
Absolutely.
unite and say, fuck you. We're going to fight back. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we said it last week. We have all of these marginalized communities that are being identified and targeted in this moment and have been historically.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to stand up for our marginalized community, but we also need to have a common language as a group together.
right. I can't tell you how effective we would be if we were to take the LGBTQ plus community, the Black community, the immigrant community, and all come up with a common language to say fuck you to this administration and say go suck a dick, a big one, a big donkey dick. And, just we would be so effective. I like to look back at, the journey of the LGBTQ plus community as one of the many different types of marginalized communities that we've had in our history. We have been one of the most effective to come to the point where we gained our rights as humans,
Absolutely.
marriage equality, and all of this in less than, I would probably say, 50 years. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
But we only did that when there was an intersection of points where we found common ground.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The moment we divide and we start focusing on, you're not trans enough to consider yourself trans,
Yeah.
or you're non-binary.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, you're
I'm
a
only
you're a
a 7 or 8
lesbian.
on the gay scale.
Yeah,
Right.
you're a lesbian. I don't deal with you.
One earring
The
away
moment we
from a
do
10.
that,
Yeah.
the moment we do that is the moment we lose the battle, because now we're fighting amongst
Absolutely.
ourselves, right? Or
Which is what the current administration is doing.
That's exactly what they want us to do.
Yeah.
So don't do it.
don't do it. Exactly. Let's find
Yeah.
common ground. Let's unite and understand that we all have our differences, but we're fighting a common enemy.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
This person, he's a monster.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Doesn't belong in office.
They're claiming undocumented criminals are coming into the country and taking people's jobs. But yeah, they're going to people's jobs.
Look,
One
I had sorry.
Who are taxpayers.
Right. Or picking them up in court.
Or picking them
Who are
up in
trying to
court. Who are following the due process in order
Which
to...
they're not being afforded, by the
Yeah.
way.
Call it what
Yeah.
it is. It's not just
No,
a
it's-
target for immigrants.
no,
It's a
no.
target for brown people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
The
So
Stalin
just
Cheeto
like be the
is...
fucking Avengers, you guys. In the
Absolutely.
final end game, how many different teams came together?
A whole bunch of them.
Absolutely.
Yes, you understand. They all had disparate interests. They all had different economic systems. They all had very distinct needs.
Absolutely.
But ultimately,
At
if
the
we're going to
end-
get killed by one enemy, we all got to get together and take
Right.
it down.
Absolutely.
Let's do
That's
it.
right.
That's amazing. Hope, you're wonderful. Thank you.
you.
This is not going to be your last time, bitch.
I'm
just saying.
so excited.
I'm just
Anytime.
saying. That, like, we might have just
we
like,
might be upgrading to 4.
could happen.
I love you.
Obviously, we would have to have that conversation, but yeah, it could happen.
It's an unpaid position.
Yeah.
But you know all about that.
That's fine.
That's That's HR over there, and that bitch
Oh,
is
I
She's
got
off every
HR
Monday.
handled. I'll handle her. I'll handle Trish.
Yeah, she's off every Monday. All right. I do think that we do need to wrap up. So I'm going to toss it over to my ladies. I think, can I say ladies now that we actually have a lady
why
on the
not?
show? Okay. So, Trish, you're up. I'm going to give you your love. Are you ready, girl?
Yeah. Thank you. All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, entire town welcomes back gay makeup artist after release from notorious El Salvador prison. Number 2, trans rep Sarah McBride passes first bill in Congress with unanimous bipartisan support.
Yes.
Number 3, Kim Davis asks Supreme Court, Waffle House Kim,
Oh, fuck that bitch.
to take her case in hopes of bringing down marriage equality.
And you know what? I think she probably might get it there. That's the scary part.
Eh,
Yeah, fuck Waffle House Kim.
I
it might
fucking
be.
hate her.
It might be.
That's
a
what we
temporary
dubbed her
resolution.
since day
I
one.
love that.
Jaybird, over to
Alrighty,
you.
moving on this gay and hay.
Let's
and
try that
hay.
again, because
On
you are
this
speaking
day-
Rewind,
cursive. On this day in gay history, July 28th, 2013. That's not that far ago.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was Let me tell you. Somebody said back in the day, 30 years ago, and I was thinking 70s.
Before you keep going, Nick, what state is Illinois in?
Illinois.
Illinois.
What?
I had a moment earlier, and I literally was sitting here, and I was
Did you think Illinois was a city?
I was Googling it. And I literally stopped myself and I said to Tom, I said, sometimes I feel so stupid. And he said,
poor
why?
thing.
And I said, because I'm Googling Illinois.
No.
To figure out where it's at?
Yes! And I was like,
Girl.
I've been to Illinois! Like, what the fuck?
Oh, baby.
So,
Sorry.
that's good for you.
That's just my blonde
We're
showing.
from Puerto Rico. We're even worse. So, Illinois to me would be like, oh, this is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's even harder. But
It
anyways,
was a moment. It was a cute
yeah.
moment.
On this day in gay history, July 28th, the year was 2013.
Where?
Illinois.
What state?
I don't know. Illinois. No.
It's a red state, okay?
Illinois becomes the first U.S. state to repeal its really its sodomy law.
Wait.
In 1988, a major
sodomy law story.
175 picture retrospective of Robert Mapplethorpe's photographs. Robert Mapplethorpe. The Perfect Moment opens at a Whitney Museum of American Art in New York City.
Wait, this was 19. I thought that the Texas case was the reason why that the
1988.
sodomy laws were actually
Yeah.
outlawed in the U.S.
Probably nationwide, but this was the
Mostly.
first state that
Interesting.
Yeah.
did it without a Supreme Court
So
ruling.
Hope has a sodomy story.
All I will say is that before I was aware fully of who I was, baby Hope, and by baby I mean like I don't know,
Younger.
like 12-ish. Baby Hope is eating at a restaurant around the corner from her house with her mother, and mom says something along the lines of like, I don't know, back in the day it was really nice when we had sodomy laws because then you could just like not rent apartments to gay people and you could send people to jail for being gay. And I'm still fully immersed in the cult at this point, but my body
you are
knew,
Little Hope.
But my body knew that was not okay. And I remember standing up, it was a Mexican restaurant, and I stood up and I looked at the rest of my chips and salsa and the food on the table and I was like, that's not okay. And I walked the rest of the way home, which blocks in Texas and the suburbs are not like city blocks. So it was like a 30-minute walk home. And my mom was just like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going home.
No.
I am walking home.
What you were doing was you were being Little Hope.
I was all the moxie. Some ancestors were inside of me that I didn't know about.
It was always there.
It was always
It was
there.
always there.
It was always there.
You
Hope was
I
like, you
love
know,
that story.
I think religion came in and muffled a
Yeah.
lot of our history.
honey, it's been doing that since the
ages.
Crusades.
I just didn't even know they were a
Since
thing.
the
And then my mom said it
Inquisitions.
like it was a nice little thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
We put people in jail?
Religion has been such a muffled.
Yeah.
Religion has been the
And-
catalyst for every major, crisis that we've ever experienced on
Come on,
this planet.
hello.
Wars.
If
Okay.
you don't believe in my religion, I'm killing your ass.
And you know what the sad thing is?
sounds
the,
fair.
the sad thing is that not only do they
Religious
want
wars and-
not only do they want tax exemption, but the religion has always been the reason why political wars, mass like eradication of humans
yeah.
have occurred in our history.
Well, breaking news is that there is a Supreme Court case potentially around removing the Johnson Amendment, which is the thing that keeps nonprofits from it's the reason you will lose your status if you are a nonprofit and religious organization that then endorses a candidate. So
Yes.
they're trying to repeal that now.
That's actually really great.
No.
No, it's not.
It means a church can have Trump on the stage and it's cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
We have rules around that right now where you
Got it.
can't be then a nonprofit.
Well, honestly, I don't think churches should be a nonprofit. They make so much fucking money.
That sounds right.
I agree with you 100%.
They do and they don't, to be honest. I've been on both sides.
So both sides ism.
Yeah, both sides.
You're such a bi. I love it.
I am.
Literally.
All
I
right,
know-
Jay Bird.
yeah, and I know from experience the Catholic Church, in order for you to keep an existing church active, you have to pay the diocese.
Yeah.
So it's very mafia-esque.
They're fucking rich.
I have to pay my dues to stay active, but I'm barely making it. So the churches themselves don't make a lot of money.
No, but
It's
like overall.
everyone above.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the church.
Yeah,
The
church. Yeah.
Keep your opinions to your fucking
Anywho,
self.
yeah. Announcements. Oh no, hold on.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're
that's
going.
where we're going.
Where we're going.
Shit, that was
All
quick.
right, girl.
You got this. Stop drinking.
Stop drinking. Don't get stabbed. No.
This is what happens when you go past an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The violence.
If you love the show, please make sure to rate and review on your favorite podcasting service. I'm trying to be slow so I don't fuck this up.
I appreciate it.
By
Breathe.
subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as the episode is published. You can also support us on Patreon. With Patreon, you, our listeners, can help to support the show with a pledged donation. The donations can be collected monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more. Next week, we don't have a guest because Trish is
We don't, but we have one the
slacking,
following week.
Yeah, we do.
So we'll see.
Give a break.
No, she wasn't slacking. She was actually working.
Yeah.
It's just that, we had
who's
issues.
the following week? Is that our autofellatio guy?
Yeah, the masturbator.
The
Ooh.
masturbator.
No, he's not a masturbator. Autofellatio is not a masturbator.
Well, he's dubbed like the master.
Okay, this is going to turn
No.
it.
Yeah.
Autofellatio
Rabbit
means
hole.
self-sucking.
All right,
Do,
so
do you want? Do you want to join us?
Sure.
thank you.
I mean, I don't really know what the context is, but I'll say yes.
So
Self-sucking.
let me just say thank you, which I haven't been
Yes.
able to do in a while, to Hope for joining us today. Again, Hope is an amazing activist in our community, in all communities. She serves with me at the New Haven Pride Center as co-chair of the board, as well as the executive director of the Arts Council for New Haven. She's doing really great work. She's amazing, and so grateful that you joined us today.
Yes.
My pleasure.
we are.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on, but first, I need. Thank you. All right, everybody, get the Future Method and all other products today. All products are doctor developed, can clean out without hurting your bum. You can take confidence with the anal powder packs, increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal glass dilation kit, and get all the information you need with Dr. G's new book, But Seriously. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum accessories today.
Jaybird.
Yes. We need Dr. G back, please.
He's coming.
He's coming.
All right.
He's coming.
I love the G spot.
All over my
what I
face,
call
I hope.
That's what I call
But he's
it.
coming.
Yes. Alrighty, time to put a dental dam on it.
You're welcome, Hope.
Thank you, Hope.
Normally
Usually
we put a
rubber
ring.
on it or a ring,
Oh,
but
sure.
We got a
because
dental
you're here,
dam
we're
today.
gonna put a dental
Thank you.
dam on it. Our show is available on our website, GayTalk20.com, under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, and now Spotify.
Yes, Queen.
All right.
Trish.
You can find us on social media. Facebook, GayTalk 2.0. Instagram, GayTalk 2.0. You can email us at GayTalk2.0 at GayTalk20.com. Tom, don't fuck
I'll
it up.
try not to fuck it up. All right, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode. Our big thank you again to Hope Chávez for joining us on today's show. If you need to contact us, just head on over to our website. Click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web browser. There you can leave comments. You can suggest topics. You can submit a question for the cast or an individual bitch on this table. You can also give us a call and leave your questions on our voicemail. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK. And if you need all of those digits, it is 334-429-8255. Don't forget that we are streaming live every Monday at 6 p.m. for all of our Patreon supporters on video, and we publish the show that night. With that, ladies and gents, that is our show. Thank you, and y'all have a good night. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.